White Point Beach Resort, Nova Scotia.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at White Point Beach in Nova Scotia, and then we're going to go to Carter's Beach. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to White Point Beach Resort, one of Nova Scotia's most iconic seaside destinations. Located along the beautiful south shore of Nova Scotia, White Point is surrounded by forests, fresh water, and the Atlantic Ocean. And when you arrive here, it really does feel like you've left the everyday world behind. White Point's story goes all the way back to 1928. When it began as a hunting and fishing lodge. Word quickly spread about this beautiful corner of Nova Scotia, attracting visitors looking for adventure, incredible scenery, and a chance to escape into nature. In the early days, guests would travel here by steamship, train, or motor car. Families would often return year after year, sometimes staying for weeks at a time. One of the things that makes White Point so special is its long connection with generations of visitors. For many people, coming back here feels less like visiting a resort and more like coming home. The resort has changed quite a bit over the decades, eventually becoming a year-round destination in the 1980s. Today, visitors can enjoy everything from the beach and nature trails to swimming, golf, recreation activities, dining, and a variety of unique accommodations. And of course, you can't talk about White Point without talking about the beach. This beautiful stretch of white sand meets the Atlantic Ocean, creating an incredible backdrop. Whether you're walking along the shoreline, relaxing by the water, or simply watching the waves roll in. There's also something pretty special wandering around the property itself. You'll find cottages tucked into the trees, peaceful lake views, and plenty of places to slow down and enjoy the surroundings. And keep your eyes open for one of White Point's most famous residents, the bunnies. The resort's rabbit population began after a few domestic rabbits were introduced many years ago, and they eventually became one of the things White Point is known for. But White Point's history hasn't always been easy. In 2011, the original main lodge was destroyed by fire after more than 8 decades of history. Instead of walking away, White Point rebuilt. The new main lodge opened in 2012, incorporating Nova Scotia materials and craftsmanship, while preserving the rustic character and spirit of the original resort. Today, White Point continues a tradition that has lasted for almost a century. It's a place where you can come for the ocean, the scenery, the activities, or simply to relax. But perhaps the best thing about White Point is the atmosphere, the sound of the waves, the smell of the ocean air, the forests surrounding the resort, and that feeling of being somewhere a little different from everyday life. White Point Beach Resort is definitely worth experiencing.
Let's go check out the water. I don't think they can hear me through this. The mic doesn't go through this, does it? I don't think so.